Yeah. What? Yeah. Let's do this tomorrow.
Joseph. Discuss episodes 10 through 11 and waste your time yet again. All right, welcome back to another episode of Clear Hair. We are discussing Love is Blind as they waste our time. Okay, everybody get in line. Sorry. I don't know where I was going with that object. Anyways, but we're discussing Love is Blind today. So we have two, I'm just going to do spoiler, two couples, Anne and Nick decided to call it quits, and then Joe and Madison decided to call it quits as well. But don't forget to give love to my shorts channel. We are 4 humans away. If I can get 4 AI bots, let me know, to subscribe. We can get to 100 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers from my shorts channel, short hair clips, before November. Anyway, so we're gonna go with the couples that ended up leaving, because we'll just get to that part first. So Anne and Nick. So last time on Anne and Nick, we don't know if there's any way we can get it where so I'm trying to think of, like, is there any way that we can have Love is Blind, like, once you know that we're not gonna have a lot of couples get married, maybe close the season out? Like, I don't know, because there's a certain level of trash that people want to watch, but like at this point, like, this was pretty obvious that this was not gonna work out. Like, I'm sitting here, I was like, this is pretty obvious that this was not gonna work out. Like, I'm definitely convinced that at some point, even the producer was like, okay, how long can we drag this on? So Anne and Nick, he basically states that, Nick states that, and they're in the editing on their stuff as well is kind of like, I want to say cringe, but kind of just out of nowhere. I'm just kind of out of nowhere, but like, some of the editing was throwing me off because I was just like, it'll be quiet. And that's why I've never loved you. What? Like, I'm like, who is editing this? Because I was so confused, but I was like, okay, so where did it, I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but like, it just comes out of nowhere. And I'm just like, what is even going on? So they end up breaking it off. And I personally feel like the way they broke it off, like, he was just like, oh, he said, think about it, he foreshadowed to this a couple of weeks back when he was like, hey, I don't really feel like, the other guys were talking and they're saying how, like, it's going to be a resounding yes for them. To me, I don't think it is. I don't feel like it's a yes for me. And the other one was like, I don't feel like it's a yes for me. And he was just like in the corner and he was like, yeah, like, it's everybody saying yes. And I want to say no. So lo and behold, 2 weeks later, he's like, actually, it's a no. And I'm just like, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, they both met each other's parental units, and I'm just like, if you knew it was a no, then, like, it's kind of similar to like especially with Anne. Like, I feel like, to me, I always stand by that Nick went after Anne because Brendan was after her. Like, men are competitive by nature. Like, they're hunters. Like, there's a reason why, for some reason, when you first start talking to a dude and you lay down rules and you show that you're not going to chase him, he wants you more. I don't know. You just can't come to a dude and say, I really like you. They don't like that. But men are hunters by nature. So I feel like he saw that. And I also feel like he has a really dope cabin house. Like, he has they showed it before. Like, he has pretty much a nice setup. Like, he works from home. He's like a luxury watch dealer, and then she's like a hairdresser. And that was some of the stuff too that he said, like, there was like a lack of consistency there. He said that sometimes he felt like she just loved him in theory, but didn't really care about him, which I could see that, like, I've never really seen her really truly, like, deeply say, I care about you. But I also feel like Nick was checked out from the beginning. Like, I feel like sometimes we have to realize that, of course, it's a reality TV show, especially the way this reality TV show is set up. But like, I feel like sometimes we have to realize that we don't fit with people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like, sometimes I'll go to a shoe store, and I told you I wear a size 11. I'm a big stepper. I'll go to a shoe store and I can't find anything. I can't find anything, and I'll leave. Like, that doesn't mean that I don't like shoes, but it's just that I just didn't find anything at that store. So I feel like this is gonna be a relationship I could feel that would still end up in a good friendship. I feel like they connected well, so wish them well, but they're out. The next couple that's out is Joe and Madison. So this one was one that was I knew it was gonna happen from when he got drunk the first time, was belligerent. But just to give you woo reminder, so basically what happened was that they finally met all the other couples, and Joe got belligerently drunk, which I think he was taking sweet tarts, okay, drugs. So like, I feel like he took a little something more, but he was definitely taking something else. And so what ended up happening was, what ended up happening with him was that she woke him up. He left the party early, and she woke him up. She was like, hey, like, I want to see how things are going. And he was like, whoa, who, like, he almost like was belligerent. And I'm just like, my thing is just that he also stated to the producers, when these guys say that they're not attracted to these women, like, I can't believe them. But like when they say it to the producer on camera where we can replay and rewatch, like, we're going to be able to see it. It's like, we're going to be able to, like, that's the one thing, like, I don't understand. I was like, we can see this again. Like, we're going to be able to see it. Like, I don't know, describe it. Like, we're going to be able to see it. Like, I don't really know why you think that. Does that make any sense? Like, we're going to be able to see it. Like, I don't know why you think that you can get away with this. Like, I don't know, describe it. I don't know why you think we can get away with this. Like, we're going to play it back. But basically, Joe is saying that Madison is not his typical type. And I'm just like, yeah, you're not used to bad bees. You're not used to attractive women. That's why. All right. But anyways, he says she wants her smaller. And my thing is, like, Madison, just looking at Madison don't even look like she's even touching 120. It's her composition. Like, she has more like an apple body, basically very busty, slim legs, a softer belly, tummy for hugs. I'm coming from, like, she has like more of that build. So I feel like in that aspect, I don't know why men will sit there and say, oh, I would prefer a skinnier woman. And like, it's about composition. Like, it's kind of like when men will sit there and say, if my girl is over 120, I can't stand her, or da-da-da. I'm 150 pounds. Okay. Like, but I look skinny because I'm 5'10". So it's just like, in that perspective, I just feel like, I feel like sometimes whenever I see situations like that, it really gets irritating, because like, you need to say you want someone who looks skinny. It's not about how much she weighs or her composition. But the thing that pissed me off the most, which is why I'm glad Calabria later on, but the reason why I'm glad Calabria is standing 10 toes down on not smashing before marriage, because not for religious reasons, but there is, but like, it's for the fact that you're not about to get you're not going to have me accumulate a body because you wanted to be able to smash on camera. All right. Like, absolutely not. I feel like in that aspect, I feel like he used her. He's like, and she was like, yeah, the dance, the adult dance is really good. He's really good at it. I'm just like, that means nothing. Like, when your partner has an injury, or when your partner is going through postpartum, like, you're not going to be able to do that. So I really hope you like that person, because it's not going to last long term. But yeah, they end up breaking it off. He basically told her that she's not his person and whatever. And she held his feet to the fire. Madison's so adorable to me. She had her feet to the fire. She was like, well, then why'd you even put me through this whole show if you knew off rip? I was like, right. Cause like, I knew he wasn't attracted to her when he first saw her. And he said, it just took me a minute to realize, like, BS. When it comes to men, I was like, men are attracted to you off rip from day one. Like, that's why some men be like, I loved you from the first day I saw you. Yes, that is correct. All right. As someone who is conventionally attractive, when a man has come up to me and said he's attracted to me, it's from day one. It wasn't like he grew to love my looks. Like, men don't do that. Women, we're like, I'll take a second look. Men don't do second look. They may do a double take, but they don't do a second look. If they're not attracted off rip, throw the whole relationship away. Move on to the next dude. Okay. But me personally, do I feel like they're going to have a relationship after, or friendship after? I don't know. I mean, in the streets, they're saying that she follows his new girlfriend, he has a new girlfriend, but I don't know. Me personally, I just wish them the best. On to the next couple. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna do Calabrian. Sorry, like the way he talks, like I know I'm not trying to be mean, but like the way he talks, like the way he switches his personalities throws me for a loop. Like I don't understand. So we're going off the recesses of what it's funny. This is how I said, look, there's a word in this. Stop looking after people's relationship because Edmund was over here saying, "Oh, Calabrian, hey, you." Anne said, "Nick's perfect." They broke up now. You see what? And what did we learn? What did we learn? But basically, we just find out that like they have different love styles. So Calibria is acts of service as most women. My love language is acts of service. Like, hey Claire, I bought you a new car, but you did not do those dishes from yesterday. I don't care about that car. All right. I don't care about that car. All right. And then his is words of affirmation. So, you know, he's one of those people that you're gonna have to be like, hey, just really want to tell you I appreciate today. Hey, you're amazing. Hey, my love. Hey, my heart. Like he's gonna be one of those people that you need to like do confirmation consistently. Okay, like that's gonna be a person that you're gonna have to, I wanna say baby, but you're gonna have to literally do every day. So she goes into like victim mentality, like basically has this way of dismissing her, which I sense that too. Like he does have this victim mentality about him. Like I really don't understand it. You know, I'm coming from like, he does have this victim mentality. I don't understand how, when I say understand, I don't understand how much sympathy he gets from the internet. Because the internet's like, oh, he might be mentally disabled or, you know, a little bit remedial or blah, blah. It's like, you know exactly what he's doing. Good night. Because his voice changes almost like a character. Like when he wants to be sweet, he'll be like, Calabrian, I just really I'm telling you, I really liked you a lot, you know? And then he'll switch and he'll be like, man, like, I just want you to know that like, that's not what I really want. Like he switches his voice. Like I don't know how he does it. But he switches his voice. He switches his personality. So she said it's just getting really tiring. Of course, you know, wedding dress trying on. I have that on there too. So the two people he brought with him, I thought they were paid actors moving along. And her friends were like, oh yeah, he's unique and different in his own way. Like, listen, when a black person tells you that you're unique and different in your own way, they're telling you you're ugly and you're weird. That's how they sweetly tell you that you're ugly and you're weird. He's special in his own way. He has an interesting look. Like that's basically their way of saying, okay. And then basically after that, they're saying they went to snowmobile. I want to say Batmobile. Robin laid an egg. Like I want to say it so bad. So they're on a snowmobile. They're going on a snowmobile. And basically they ride up the mountain and all of a sudden she's Calibria starts popping off. She's like, hey, like, you know, in the car you were dismissive of me and then as soon as the cameras came on, now you want to be nice or whatever, blah, blah. I feel like you're putting on for the camera. It's like, yeah, he does. He does have multiple. I'm not here to say anything, but I'm not a licensed psychologist, but he does have multiple disorder. You know, he does have multiple personality disorder because I'm just like, I promise you it comes from nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. It's crazy. Hey, you know, it comes out of nowhere. So with her saying being dismissive, I definitely believe it. I have on here too, she said that like after he apologized as well about being dismissive and all that, but she's like, I'm trying to see what I have left to give and like I love this man so much and blah blah. And my thing about her is just that I'm just more nervous, you know, like I'm more nervous for the fact that I don't think she understands this is only one layer of him. Okay, like I feel like someone like Edmund is very multifaceted. I feel like very multifaceted, very much a person that you have to watch out for. I just think that he's not going to be a person that's going to change anytime soon. I feel like he's been babied a lot. Like I said, just from the screen, I can sense from the screen, the energy from the screen, like his mom she seems like she's been to war and she took her and her son as a a casualty of it, you know? So I don't really know how good of a husband he can be until he fixes that relationship, acknowledges that his mom was not a good mom to him, and so that he can move on. You know, I don't know how much of a good husband he's going to be, but should I think they should say yes? I think they should. I feel like Edmund's going to say yes, and Calibria is actually going to say no. So we're going to go to our next couple, Megan and Jordan. So we meet Jordan's parents, parental unit. You know, they're just like, oh, you know, hey, you're cool, and hey, blah blah. We give you a blessing, and then so during the wedding dress meetup, this part was very important, which I knew this was gonna happen. But though, during the wedding dress meetup, Vanessa Lachey comes on, and she's like, hey. She was like, hey, like, how are things going on? How was meeting Luca? Because she finally met Luca off camera, which, like I said, I prayed for that. I was like, do not show this baby on camera. This is like the kids are off the table. I always say, that's why I'm so confused why they let a single father onto the show. Because it's like, kids to me they're not to be confuddled with this chaos, right? Anyways, so we meet, so she comes up with her and she's like, how was, she's like, yeah, you know, it was really incredible. We had a sleepover, it was successful, but one thing that was jarring was that in the middle of the night, like, he has diabetes type 1. I looked it up. I did my research today. So diabetes type 2 is more, I wouldn't say less maintenance. I mean, diabetes is bad regardless. It's, you know, either your body's producing too much glucose or it's not producing enough. So he has diabetes type 1. So anytime his blood pressure would decrease or sugar levels go low, like, his monitor like goes beeping off in the middle of the night. And she said she wasn't sure she was gonna be ready for that, and like it doubles down as well later on when they're packing, you know, to move, because, you know, like, they're getting married in 4 days and they're just dragging the story out. So when they move, when they start going to pack, they bring it up again, and she's like, hey, like, you know, I would love conversation, like, we're in the pods, like, we talk all the time. And I'm just like, I mean, no offense, but like, when, like, my friends have told me they're like, we love Vacation Claire, because Working Claire, basically, like, when I have my accountant hat on during the week, like, Working Claire, she's not mean, but she's like very distracted. She's still wrapped up in that problem from yesterday. Like, dang, like, so that GL report said it had 200,000, but it was really 100,000, you know, like, that Claire, like, that's why I said, I was like, that Claire, like, that Claire calculating Claire, she's not fun. But Vacation Claire, I'm like, woo, let's go ride that giraffe. But Claire, we're in the middle of the ocean. I don't care, we're riding it. Like, you know, like, I'm like so much more fun, you know, because I'm not thinking about work. I'm thinking about having a good time. I'm thinking about get the best bang for our money. Like, I'm having a good time. Vacation Claire is cool, but Working Claire, she's kind of like, you know, like, I'm on it. So that's why I was kind of like, to me, I feel like in that same aspect, like, I don't know, I'm just more calculating, you know, like, I'm just more calculating at times. So that's why when she was just like, hey, you never want to talk, he's like, well, I work 10 hours and, you know, I have to take care of Luca. Like, when I come home, I want to just watch a movie and relax. And I'm just like, yeah, that's definitely, I feel him on that. Like, she's over here, she's like, yeah, but if I want to play tennis at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday and then fly to Aspen, like, I work hard to get this level or blah, blah. And like, he clocked her T too. He clocked her T as well. He clocked her T as well. And he was just like, oh, well, he said, oh, well, you sound like you need a dude who's like an account executive who pretty much has more flexibility, but it hasn't worked with them so far, has it? I was like, Jordan. I was like, Jordan, not in front. I was like, Jordan, not in front of my perfume, please. Like, he ate her out. He ate her down with that. Sorry. He ate her down with that. I was like, ooh, he ate. But me personally, I feel like she's going to say yes and Jordan's going to say no. Because, like, Jordan had that face of, like, he was almost staring at an impetuous child. Like, basically, like, I love this person, but they're going to have to learn this lesson away from me. So, me personally, I feel like they should say no. But if they do end up getting married, like she's going to have to slow down a lot. Like, that's why when he said, oh, taking a 5-year-old traveling in Europe is a chore, and people in the comments, yeah, it's not really a chore. It's like, you're not doing it right. Like, no offense, but like, I've been helping out with my niece since she was born, and I didn't really start having a good time till she turned about 5, like 5, 6 years old. Then it was fun. But before then, like trying to travel with her was such a hassle. It's a kid; they're just learning, and they don't understand most concepts. But do I feel like this relationship's gonna work out? No. And I really hope they stay at least cool friends, because she did meet Shaluka. Like, there's no such thing as having too many people who love your child. But the final couple, Anton and Allie, we finally meet Anton's mother, Natalia. I love her accent. Like, and then we meet Allie's mom as well. Like, both of their moms are so sweet. Like, oh my goodness, the accents. Like, we got the Portuguese accent. We have the Russian accent from Natalia. Like, I loved it. Like, I was like, Meet the Moms was so much more interesting than their relationships. I loved it. Like, they were, oh my goodness. Anyway, so their issue is that it opens up, and apparently Patrick, the one who was previously with Casey, he came over and they pretty much drank, or they got him a drink, and she's like, damn, like there was like a whole case of Coors Light beer, and then like and there was tequila, like half the bottle was empty, and she was basically she is worried, as she should. I wish more women, like I said, this is not to blame them because the men definitely are at fault, but I wish more women were more. I'm trying to think how to put it into words. Like, I wish they were more perceptive of possible drinking issues long term. Like, I feel like we have a tendency to overlook red flags. Like, these are things that long term can be a problem, and we're just overlooking them, right? So she does have necessary issues about him drinking. Okay. So anyway, so we meet his mom, and she's just pretty much, well, I met my husband quickly and we got married, so I approve. And then his mom was the same way, but there is an issue. So I want to see, I'm saying it's Naiara. It's one of, because Allie has 4 sisters, and one of the sisters is Nayaira. I don't know. Nayera. Anyways, but she's one of her older sisters, and with that being said, her eldest sister doesn't support it. Like, she feels like the relationship's too quick, and like their relationship was really strong. Like, she would treat her like a baby doll, like pretty much her toy. So I feel like, like the sister is not coming to the wedding. So like that was really emotional. Like, the mom was like, yeah, she would treat you like this, and there was an issue, blah blah. But I also feel like that's a video for another day. But like, I promise you, if you have beef with any of your siblings, it is directly a result of your parents' lack of parenting. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. All right, because I've noticed that pattern where parents will sit there and make siblings compete against each other, and then when they grow up, how come you never reach out to so and so? Have you heard from so and so? The gaslight. Anyways, but it's directly a result of the parents' relationship. But Anton and Allie, like, basically she doesn't want to, like, she's communicated that like she wants to get her master's, and then she also communicated that she doesn't want to work once the kids are here. She doesn't want to have somebody else raise their kids together, and like he's pretty much like we found out his job: logistics professional, transportation, truck driver. Okay, truck driver. I don't know what's going on with that, but like pretty much truck driver, and basically he is like an instruction person, but he works about 60 hours a week, and then she works as well. And I'm just like, whenever I hear a couple and they both work crazy hours, it's like, where is the baby? The baby's just gonna be in the background. The baby's gonna be babysitting the house. Don't steal my words. I was like, the baby gonna be babysitting the house. God, the house is the baby. Like, at that point, I don't know. I always hear situations like that. Like, I can't wait to have a baby. I was like, if you're working 6 hours in there, I was like, who was taking care of the baby? All right, that don't make no sense. Anyways, but yeah, overall, like, I don't know. I just feel like their relationship's not gonna work because I feel like he's not really, like, he's so used to his form of self-soothing. Excuse me. His form of self-soothing is drinking. All right, so drinking is his way he regulates. So if that's his coping mechanism, it's gonna be very hard to undo that as quick as she wants. And then my thing too is like, you can go to master school and be pregnant at the same time, but you're not going to be able to work. Like the doctor's going to be like, okay, that's way too much stress. You got to stop working. So I don't know if he's making enough money to support both of them just yet. So definitely reevaluate that. And then she also has her Botox bill. Average Botox for about 5 units is like $300. I just know from hearing how much it's been pushed down my throat on YouTube. Every other slide, every other video. Did you want to do Botox? No. But with their wedding, I felt like they're both gonna say yes, but I wish they wouldn't. But that's pretty much all the couples. But overall, my overall review of episodes 10 through 11, like they're dragging it. Like we haven't even done the bachelor/bachelorette party. Like, I don't know if Love is Blind was like, let's see who's left so we can know how much money we can spend. like I was like, I don't know if that was like their version of like, let's see who's left before we start putting money out. Because if there's only like 4 to 2 couples left, okay, then we can actually drop money on the bachelor or bachelorette weekend. But like, I just feel like they're dragging it because like there's 2 more episodes. So I'm assuming it's the episode tonight. It's the episode tonight. This is going to be the wedding / bachelorette, bachelor, whatever episode. And then next week is going to be a reunion. So I'm like, y'all dragging this all the way out to Halloween. I got to give them props on that because there's nothing to drag out. Like, I already knew Ann and Nick weren't going to make it. I already knew Joe and Madison weren't going to make it, but I didn't know it was going to be known this quickly because that means that in the preview, I saw somebody with blonde hair running away. So Allie doesn't have blonde hair. Calibria black. So that leaves, and that means that Megan ran away. Because I feel it in my belly, Jordan's gonna say no, as he should. Like, I truly feel like when it comes to kids, like I said, someone who's been babysitting my niece since she was born, like, you have to have it. You have to love that. You have to love that kid down. You have to love them. You have to love them from your belly. You have to love them from your diaphragm. Like, don't be saying, oh, I gotta love my. You have to love them. And so I can only imagine as your kid, you feel me? And he has special needs. So like you have to find somebody at Jordan's best bet, which I actually really like Jordan, besides a boiled chicken smoothie, sir, police. But like, I feel like he needs to find somebody else with a kid, or he needs to find somebody who is done. Like Megan is Megan is what I call, Megan's kind of like me. Like she was like a late bloomer in life. Like, yeah, she's traveled and she's done all this, but like, I feel like she's now picking up her speed, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like me too, like as someone who's a little bit older than her, like I feel like I'm now living the life I wanted to in my 20s. Like, it's weird. I was like, dang, like I would have killed for this life. Like, you know, so I don't think she has it in her to settle down just yet. Like, not saying she won't ever, but like definitely not settle down. Like, this is an extreme version of settling down. Like, he has a special needs kid, but that's not to blame. That's a pre-existing condition. Nothing he can diet his way out of. Mike, I'm looking at you. But it's just, this is something that this is going to require you to do a full stop. Like, I feel like when you get married, it's like a pause. You get married with somebody with a kid, it's kind of like a double pause. But with a kid, full stop. Full, like someone who has special needs, that's a full stop. Like, this is going to be your life every day. Like, you're not gonna have energy to go play tennis because you were just up with Luca at 2:00 in the morning doing helping him with his monitor. Like, are you ready for that? That's what he should have asked. He's not asking the questions I want like him to ask. But then on top of that, yes, Jordan needs to get for more conversation. But like I said, I was like, which one do you want? You want a young man? You want a young man who can sit there and talk to you all day, but he's not going to be financially, he's going to be more of a dependent? Or do you want a man who's older and he has all the money in the world, but he does not care what you have to say? You're here to look good and you're here to shut up. Okay, so it's up to you on that. Calibria and Edmund, like, I feel like Edmund needs to go to active therapy. Active therapy is somebody who's going to ask you to do works. Like, what are your works? Like, how are you processing everything? Like, fully processing everything. Like, I feel like it's one that say, oh, I'm going to therapy. I was like, okay, cool. If I go and stand in my garage, am I a car? Like, are you doing the actual function of it? You're just not saying you're there. And then also with Anton and Allie, I just feel like with his drinking problem, I was like, sir, you need to check that now. Like, I want to say he's not in his 30s yet. I want to say they're like late 20s, 27, 29. I'm not sure. But like, sir, let me tell you something. As someone who's in their 30s and I've seen my peers not age as well, regardless of melanin outstanding, how you take care of yourself in your 20s, your face will give you a report card in your 30s. Like, Like your 30s is your 30s is your report card. Okay, so I don't know. Me personally, like me, not the reminder saying take chicken out, child. We would have killed for that. We would have killed for that back in the 90s. But I don't know. Me personally, like overall, Love is Blind this season has been a snooze fest, but it's absolutely been very entertaining. It's a weird combination. For the 10th anniversary of it, please come to Miami. Stop playing. Don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.